This week feels like a major energetic turning point, not just emotionally, but mentally, spiritually, collectively, financially, and relationally. This is your intuitive energy forecast for the week of May 27th through June 3rd, 2026, and I'm Jeanette Starseed. Many people may feel like they're standing between two versions of reality right now. The old version that no longer aligns, and the new version that hasn't fully formed yet. There's a very strong theme this week around truth surfacing, emotional pressure, nervous system overload, karmic relationship lessons, collective awakening, identity shifts, releasing survival patterns, realizing what can no longer continue the way that it has. And honestly, many are beginning to recognize just how exhausted they are from trying to survive systems, relationships, jobs, mindsets, and emotional patterns that no longer nourish the soul. We had Uranus enter Gemini, the first time in 84 years. And that happened on May 25th. So this is huge collectively, okay, for the first time since the 1940s. This is beginning an entirely new cycle around communication, technology, media, transportation, AI, social connection, education, information, and the way humanity thinks itself. Over the coming years, we may witness massive technological acceleration, rapid mindset shifts, changing social structures, nervous system overstimulation, unconventional learning paths, people changing directions suddenly, truth surfacing rapidly, increased intuition and synchronicities, major shifts in communication and online spaces. Many people may already feel mentally restless, overstimulated, unable to focus the same way, or pulled towards something completely new ways of thinking and living. This energy speeds things up mentally and collectively, but it's also exposing how disconnected many people have become from their own nervous systems, intuition, and authentic truth. I know some things coming up, concerns coming up with AI consuming our water, land, and our energy, and also taking away from creating ourselves, being creative. There's also some concern that people may be able to use it to scam others, because it's hard to tell the difference in some cases between what is true, authentic, and what is not. But I feel the bigger concern is it impacting our environment. And so with Uranus and Gemini, and probably a mix of other aspects, but Uranus and Gemini heavily, we're going to rethink, those who are in that industry are going to rethink, because right now we're trying to think about sustainability. Because so many people want to create with AI, do we put limitations on it? What sources of energy should we use sustainably? And also another thing that may be coming up more prevalently is how to create models that don't use as much energy. So lots of thinking minds there, lots of hopefully developing technologies that are going to reduce our AI imprint so that we can continue to use the AI in effective manners and in helpful manners instead of it's impacting our environment. It'd be interesting to see what comes about there. Hopefully will be the most beneficial way that's not going to impact us in a negative manner, because we don't need any more of that, right? So then with the moon moving into Scorpio today, emotions intensify quickly. Things hidden beneath the surface may begin surfacing, such as old wounds, obsessions, power struggles, trust issues, grief, jealousy, deep desires, or truths that you've been trying to avoid. Scorpio energy strips away illusion. Many may feel more intuitive, emotionally observant, withdrawn, psychic, or hyper aware of shifts in the energy around them. This is a deep emotional processing energy, and for some, this may feel emotionally heavy because it exposes what's been draining your spirit behind the scenes. And then we've got Mars and Taurus squaring Pluto in Aquarius. And this is one of the strongest collective pressures this week. This transit can create frustration, burnout, nervous system stress, pressure financially, emotional tension, power struggles, resistance to change, deeper inner pressure to transform your life. Many are realizing that they cannot continue forcing stability in situations that are slowly destroying their peace. Gee, I feel that quite often. As a Chiron in Taurus, yeah, I feel that quite often. Collectively, this transit is exposing unsustainable systems, financially, emotionally, and relationally and spiritually. Some may feel trapped between wanting security and knowing major change is needed. Try to not react impulsively under this energy. Pluto wants transformation. Mars and Taurus want safety. The tension between the two can feel exhausting, but it's pushing necessary evolution. And then we've got the Sun in Gemini trining Pluto in Aquarius. At the same time, there's a powerful awakening energy happening mentally. This can bring major realizations, breakthroughs, powerful conversations, seeing through illusion, truth coming to light, psychological clarity, intuitive downloads, understanding situations differently now. People may suddenly recognize patterns that they couldn't fully see before. And this is transformational mental energy. Conversations this week, if there are any, may carry far more depth and impact than expected. And then we have Venus and Cancer squaring Saturn and Aries. This is exact on May 28th. And this is one of the heavier emotional relationship aspects of the week. There's themes around emotional distance, loneliness, fear of vulnerability, rejection wounds, abandonment wounds, emotional walls, inconsistency, accountability, relationship reality checks. May surface strongly. Some may feel unsupported emotionally, while others may realize where they've struggled to show up emotionally themselves. This energy tests reciprocity, maturity, consistency, boundaries, and emotional responsibility. Relationships built only on fantasy, avoidance, or emotional immaturity may feel strained now. But healthy connections can deepen through honesty and accountability. May 30th, the moon enters Sagittarius. After the emotional heaviness, Sagittarius energy begins shifting the atmosphere. Many people may suddenly crave freedom, movement, honesty, adventure, expansion, spirituality, purpose, hope again. This energy helps emotionally release some of the heaviness from earlier in the week. But Sagittarius also exposes where people have been avoiding truth through distraction, escapism, overthinking, or denial. This energy wants alignment. Not survival mode, not pretending, but alignment. And then we have the full moon in Sag on May 31st. This full moon feels big emotionally and spiritually. Sagittarius full moons illuminate truth, future direction, freedom, belief systems, purpose, spirituality, travel, higher learning, personal growth. Something may suddenly feel very clear. This full moon may bring endings, emotional breakthroughs, sudden realizations, truth surfacing, desire to leave limiting situations, awakening around your path, strong intuitive clarity. Many may feel emotionally overwhelmed because the full moon is illuminating where you've outgrown old versions of yourself. This feels like a release point, and that's conducive of full moons. And this is a very powerful one. So then June 1st, Mercury, I can't believe we're already through May. Mercury enters Cancer June 1st, and communication begins shifting emotionally. People may become more reflective, nostalgic, intuitive, emotionally sensitive, quieter emotionally, more focused on emotional safety. This can bring emotional conversations, memories surfacing, deeper intuition, stronger gut feelings around people and situations. Listen carefully this week. People may reveal more through energy than through words. Sun sextile Saturn, June 2nd. This helps ground the emotional intensity. This energy supports maturity, long-term planning, discipline, emotional responsibility, rebuilding stability, realistic decisions, healthier structure moving forward. After all the emotional revelations this week, many may begin asking themselves, what do I actually want to build now? Then we have Mercury trine the North Node on June 3rd. Pay attention to important conversations, signs and synchronicities, intuitive messages, dreams, sudden clarity, faded interactions, people reappearing unexpectedly. Something said this week could genuinely shift your direction moving forward. And where to look in your chart. So this week becomes much more personal depending on the houses and degrees being activated in your chart. So you'll want to look to where you have Scorpio, Sagittarius, Cancer, Taurus, Gemini, Aries, Aquarius. These houses are receiving the strongest activation this week. Especially activated houses, your first house, which is your identity and personal reset, your fourth house, which is your home, family, emotional foundations, seventh house, relationships and partnerships, eighth house, emotional transformation, intimacy, 10th house, your career, public life direction, and 11th house, friendships, community, future vision. The closer these transits get to your natal degrees, the stronger you may feel them personally. So usually 0 to 3 degree orb is very strong, 4 to 6 degree is noticeable, 7 to 10 is background influence. So this Sagittarius full moon is going to be around 10 degrees. It's like 9 degrees 56 seconds. So it's going to be closer to 10 degrees. So you will also want to look at where you have Sagittarius in your chart at 10 degrees. And if you need help finding that, order a reading from me. So most activated signs this week are Sagittarius, Gemini, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, Cancer, Aries, especially if you have Sun, Moon, Venus, Mars, Mercury, your ascendant or midheaven near similar degrees. And the Sagittarius full moon may hit strongest for mutable placements, being Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo, and Pisces. So if you have any placements in those areas. And also the Mars square Pluto may feel more intense for fixed placements, being Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. And this can feel like intense pressure to change something major in your life. Yep, I feel that all the time. So the overall themes this week feels like facing truth, releasing emotional heaviness, breaking old patterns, outgrowing old realities, and slowly realigning with what truly matters. Many people are emotionally and spiritually exhausted from living disconnected from themselves, and this astrology is making that impossible to ignore now. So if you would like more insight on how this is affecting you, and if you're feeling the energy strongly, I strongly suggest taking advantage of my $22 intuitive astrology special or tarot guidance special for the rest of May. And this is perfect if you've been feeling emotionally overwhelmed, confused about a relationship or life direction, feeling stuck in repeated patterns, needing clarity, validation, or guidance, wanting insight into what this current energy is activating for you personally. And these readings help to bring deeper understanding to what's unfolding in your chart, your relationships, your emotional patterns, and your current life path. And often that deeper clarity helps people realize where they're being guided next. And if this message resonated deeply for you, there's likely a reason. And if you would like a deeper dive into your personal energy, current transits, soul lessons, relationships, future direction, feel free to direct message or email me through my Linktree. Please like, comment, follow, share, and send stars if this resonated, so this can continue to reach others during this collective shift. And I appreciate all your support. It means a lot to me, more than you know. Sending love, clarity, healing, and truth your way. Until next time, my friends, namaste.